There's a song that follows me in my dreams. No, not a lullaby. Not some whimsical jingle from childhood. This one is wrong. It comes in wet whispers and drips, in a gargled voice, like it's sung from beneath water.
Trallalero Tralala.
I heard it for the first time on the coast of Manila, Italy. I'm not Italian, just a curious marine biologist studying migratory patterns in the Mediterranean. My team and I were part of a small research collective documenting the effects of climate change on deep-sea predators. We had no intention of discovering anything paranormal. That sort of thing belongs in stories told by old men in boats with cloudy eyes and more scars than teeth. But what we found, it doesn't belong anywhere. It shouldn't exist. We were a close-knit group. Myself, Alden, Eliza, a linguist and acoustic analyst, Giorgio, our local diver and contact, Martin, tech specialist and underwater drone operator, and Sura, a bright-eyed intern from Calcutta with a fascination for folklore. We had been docked in Manila for a week, conducting daily dives and acoustic readings. The sea had been quiet, uneventful, until one night, the water itself began to hum. It started subtly, just a tone, barely distinguishable from the usual aquatic noise floor. But then it changed, became rhythmic, melodic. We ran it through spectrograms, filters, audio isolators, and through every piece of hardware, the pattern repeated. Not mechanical, not whale song, human, or almost human.
Trallalero Tralala.
At first, we laughed it off. Martin suggested a tourist boat playing music. Elisa was disturbed, said it reminded her of an old Italian rhyme children were forbidden to sing near the ocean. Giorgio stopped laughing when she said that. He turned pale and demanded we erase the recordings. Said it was the song of the drowned child. Sura, of course, was fascinated. She begged Giorgio for more details. Reluctantly, over wine and while watching the ocean darken under a full moon, he told us the tale. Hundreds of years ago, a boy was found floating in the cove, smiling, alone, with shoes on his hands instead of feet. They took him in, fed him, clothed him, but the boy never spoke, never blinked, just sang. Always the same melody. Always.
Trallalero Tralala.
When boats began disappearing, the villagers blamed storms, pirates, madness. But Giorgio's great-grandfather told stories of seeing the boy walking upside down along the cliffs at night, flippers for hands, shoes still on. And then he was gone, taken back by the sea, and with him, every man who heard that song. Elisa theorized it might be a cultural ghost story, a warning to children to avoid the dangerous waters. But Giorgio swore on his life that the song was a curse, a summoning. We brushed it off. We were scientists. We had machines, sonar, GPS, rationality, and that rationality is what damned us. The next night, the audio got louder, clearer, and then the drone camera caught something. A shape, too fast for identification, yet massive. It darted just out of frame, circling. When Martin enhanced the footage, it became unmistakable. A shark, but not any shark known to man. It was pale, bloated, eyes clouded with decay. On its flippers were shoes, 3 of them. One red, one blue, one a rotted leather child's shoe speckled with barnacles. Giorgio left the cabin, vomited over the railing. Elisa locked herself in her bunk and began researching ancient chants. Martin wanted to send the footage to the university, but the file corrupted before we could upload it. Static. Only the sound remained. And that song played on loop through every speaker we owned.
Trallalero Tralala.
I didn't sleep that night. None of us did. We sat in silence, every tick of the clock drowned out by the groaning of the hull. The sea pressed against us like a suffocating hand, slow and patient. Elisa had stopped chanting, but her eyes wouldn't stop darting toward corners. Shadows seemed to move on their own. Giorgio kept his knife out, sharpening it even though it was already razor sharp. The metallic scrape was the only thing that anchored me to reality. By dawn, we made a decision. Leave. Abandon the mission. Forget the data. Forget the song. Pack up and leave. But it was already too late. The radio wouldn't transmit. The engine sputtered once, then went dead. Giorgio went to the bilge to check for flooding, and I followed. The hatch was stuck. When we finally pried it open, a wall of freezing seawater surged up. The lower deck was gone, flooded completely. Floating in the black water were three things: Elisa's notebook, Martin's drone controller, and a third shoe, the red one again. Elisa began to scream. Not words, just sound. Wild, feral. Like something inside her had cracked open. Giorgio grabbed her shoulders, shook her. We have to move. Now. We sealed the lower deck and made our way to the inflatable life raft. That's when the singing returned. This time, it wasn't just through the speakers. It was everywhere. In the wind, in the sea, in the creaking wood beneath our feet. Every sound began to form the same two words, twisted and wet and warped by the pressure of the deep.
Trallalero Tralala.
Then the water rose, not waves, not tides, just lifting, as if the sea itself was reaching for us. We climbed into the raft and pushed off, paddling blindly into the fog that had rolled in without warning. Visibility dropped to zero. Giorgio shouted directions, trying to find the coast. Elisa just kept whispering, "Don't sing, don't hum, don't listen." We paddled for what felt like hours. My arms went numb. Giorgio's voice grew hoarse. And then silence, thick, absolute. The kind that presses on your eardrums and makes your thoughts echo. That's when the raft bumped into something, not a rock, not the shore, something soft, slick, enormous. The water rippled outward in slow concentric circles. Then, rising from the black deep, a shape. A snout first, then gills. Milky eyes, empty of intelligence, filled only with hunger. Its body unfurled like a sail of meat and bone, longer than any shark I've ever seen, bulkier than any fish should be. Its skin was pale and translucent, veins pulsing just beneath the surface. It floated there, eye level with us, motionless, except for its fins. And there they were. 3 shoes. One red, one blue, one brown with tiny white laces. All soaked, all rotting, all wrong. It didn't move at first, just stared. Then the song started again, this time from its mouth. No lips moved, no vocal cords, but the sound came from inside it, from the massive, tooth-lined cavern of its throat. Deep, layered, and mocking.
Trallalero Tralala.
Giorgio lunged. Maybe he thought he could scare it off. Maybe he thought he could kill it. But as he raised the knife and leapt into the water, I watched his silhouette vanish beneath the surface. Not pulled, not thrashed, just taken. Elisa and I screamed. The raft spun in circles, caught in a current that wasn't natural. I held her hand. Her nails dug into my skin. We paddled again, away, toward nothing, just away from that thing. The fog thinned, and I saw the cliffs of Manarala in the distance. But Elisa's grip loosened. I turned, and she was gone. No splash, no sound, just gone. Her seat was wet, and in it, a child's shoe. Brown, white laces. I don't remember making it to the shore. I only remember waking up on the rocks, my hands torn open from the climb, my legs numb from the cold. The raft was gone. The fog was gone. The song was still playing, faint, from the sea. I tried to tell the authorities. They sent boats. They found nothing. No wreckage. No raft. No shoes. Just the drone still functioning, floating 10 miles from shore. Inside, a corrupted recording, static mostly, but beneath it, looping faintly.
Trallalero Tralala.
I'm the only one who came back. They don't believe me. They think I'm traumatized. They gave me pills. They gave me pamphlets. But they didn't give me peace, because it still sings. In drains, in sewers, in the bathtub when I wash my hands. In dreams where I sink slowly to the bottom and see him, the boy with the shoes, upside down, smiling. I've seen it near the docks, once near a playground, always near water. I don't know if it's bound to the sea anymore. I don't know if it ever was. All I know is this: if you hear that song, even just once, it remembers you. And it will come. Not quickly, not violently, just slow, inevitable, with 3 shoes on its flippers and a song that never ends.
Trallalero Tralala. Porco Dio e porco Allah. Ero con il mio fottuto figlio merdardo a giocare a Fortnite, quando a un punto arriva mia nonna, Ornella le...
Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe. I will see you again next week.